Imagine living in the ancient world. No microscopes, no periodic table, no physics. You don't know what stars are. You don't know what matter is. You don't even know why people get sick. And everywhere around you are mythological explanations. Thunder is Zeus throwing a tantrum. Seasons happen because Persephone got abducted again. The ocean exists because Poseidon is emotionally unstable. One man tried to explain the entire universe, using nothing but air. Not gods, not myths, not monsters, just air. Before modern science existed, before atoms, before telescopes, there was a Greek philosopher standing on the coast of Ionia asking one insane question: what is everything actually made of? And his answer could help ignite the birth of philosophy, science, cosmology, and rational thought itself. This is the story of Anaximenes of Miletus, the philosopher who believed the universe breathes. To understand Anaximenes, you have to understand the world he lived in. This was around the 6th century BCE in the Greek city of Miletus, located in modern-day Turkey. Miletus was rich, intellectual, and deeply connected to trade routes across Egypt, Babylon, and the Mediterranean. Something revolutionary was happening here. For thousands of years, humans explained nature through mythology. Thunder was Zeus, earthquakes were angry gods, seasons was just divine drama. But the Milesian philosophers started asking a dangerous new question. What if nature works according to rules instead of myths? That single shift changed history forever. Thales of Miletus said that the fundamental substance of reality was water. Anaximander said that he rejected water and proposed something stronger, the Empyrean, the infinite, boundless source of all things. Then comes Anaximenes, and he tried to combine both ideas. He wanted something physical like water, but limitless like the Empyrean. His answer was air. Not merely oxygen like we think today, more like a mist or a vapor with breath, invisible life force, the atmosphere itself. The Greek word for it was air. Anaximenes believed everything in existence comes from this air. Not metaphorically, literally. He thought air transformed into every other substance through two processes: condensation and rarefaction. Air into wind, into clouds, into water, into earth, then into stone. When air becomes thinner, it turns into fire. When air becomes denser, it becomes wind, or clouds. The clouds then become water, which go down to the earth. The earth creates stone. This may sound primitive today, but for his time the idea was revolutionary, because Anaximenes was proposing that different materials might just be different forms of the same underlying substance. That is astonishingly close to the later scientific idea that matter changes states and structures rather than being totally separate magical substances. This is where Anaximenes becomes incredibly important. Earlier myths explain change through divine personality. Anaximenes explains change through physical processes. That is a massive leap. Instead of saying the gods made stone, he said air condensed into stone. Nature could now be understood through mechanisms: cause and effect, observation, transformation. This is one of the earliest seeds of science itself. Anaximenes didn't stop at physics. He also connected air to life and consciousness. One surviving fragment says something close to, as our soul, being air, holds us together, so breath and air encompass the entire cosmos. That idea is beautiful. Human breath becomes a miniature version of the universe itself. The cosmos is alive because it breathes. This created a connection between the body and soul, atmosphere and universe, microcosm and macrocosm. Human beings mirrored the cosmos. Now, here's where things get weird. Anaximenes believed the earth was flat, floating on air like a leaf floating in the wind, or like a frisbee. He thought the stars and sun were fiery objects carried through the heavens by air currents. At night, the sun didn't go underneath the earth like we know today. Instead, he imagined it being hidden behind higher northern regions of the world. Wrong? Absolutely. But remember, he was trying to explain the universe as naturally instead of mythologically. What mattered more was getting every detail right. Most people never hear his name, but his influence is enormous. Anaximenes helped establish several ideas that became foundational to philosophy and science. 1. The universe has an underlying unity. Different things may emerge from one source. 2. Change can be explained physically. No myths required. 3. Observation matters. He based ideas on visible natural transformations. Evaporation, compression, clouds, breath, fire. 4. Quantitative changes creates qualitative things. A huge philosophical breakthrough. Small changes in density create entirely different substances. That idea echoes throughout all of chemistry, physics, atomism, and later scientific thought. Modern people sometimes laugh at early Greek philosophers. Everything is air? Seriously? But that misses the point entirely. The genius wasn't the exact answer, the genius was the method. For the first time in history, thinkers were trying to explain reality through logic, observation, abstraction, and natural principles. They were inventing rational inquiry itself. Anaximenes stands at the beginning of a chain that eventually leads to Heraclitus, Pythagoras, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, modern science, and even the scientific revolution itself. Anaximenes may have been wrong about air, but he was right about something deeper. The universe is understandable, that beneath the chaos lies order, and that human reason can uncover it. A man standing in an ancient Greek city looked at clouds, breath, wind, and fire and saw the possibility that everything might be connected, not by myth, but by nature itself. And from that moment on, the world would never think the same way again.